Have you done any online business? Many have lost a fortune in some of those. Today we're talking about Forex trading, and we'll be listening to one of the victims of that business. Discussing this topic today is I, Tumkunde Ivan, and Tilda, together with Alex. Let's listen to one of the experiences. We come back and react.
My name is Barbara Caroline Chiwanuka. I've been working as a risk management officer for over 13 years now. That puts me somewhere in my 30s, mid-30s. I have quite a bit of experience in terms of risk taking, because when you want to make money, you have to be willing to take risks. So one of my ventures is quite interesting. I met a friend several years ago when I was at my previous place of employment, and she talked to me about Forex trading. It was very, very exciting because I looked at the returns. She explained to me that for each amount that I invested, I would get 50% return the next month, meaning that in 2 months, I'd have back all the money I've invested, and then after that, I'll just be reaping profits. And so I trusted her, and I started off with 1 million Ugandan shillings. And I invested it. The next month she came back to me with 1.5. I was like, wow, amazing. So I injected in 1 million. Again, she came back with 1.5. I said, fantastic. So I thought to myself, you know what? You know, when you start visualizing and you can see all the dreams that you had in place starting to come to life, because I could see myself buying that plot of land. I could see myself building that house, basically improving my life. I decided that 1 million was not enough, and so I took a loan, a salary loan, not very wise, with Standard Chartered of 5 million. And you won't believe it, I'm sure some of you already see it coming. I invested the money and she disappeared. But worse still, because I was so excited, I did not invest my money, but I asked my mother, my brother, and another friend, 2 friends specifically, to give me money, because after explaining to them the returns, it made sense. So in total, I gave her 10 million. Unfortunately, that was the last I saw the 10 million and that person. The investment was no more. I kept calling, but my calls were not returned. And when they were, it was with promises of her getting me back my money in as much as the business had not worked out. So I trusted and I pursued her for months. I actually went the extra mile of getting in touch with her father, who gave me back 300,000. It was so painful because at that age I was what, maybe 24, 25 years of age. Losing 10 million is a lot. I was barely earning much. So I was very disappointed. I was left with a loan to pay back, which I paid back in 3 years for money I did not enjoy. And on top of that, because I loved these people and wanted to honor the relationship that we had, I decided personally to pay them back in order not to sabotage those relationships. But that whole experience left a very bitter taste in my mouth in regards to Forex trading. And I can say that what I have learned from that experience is that even when you trust someone, even when an opportunity seems good, actually most times if it's too good, then it's actually too good to be true. You need to sit back, especially for those who are like me, who basically jump at opportunities even when there's a lot of risk. It's important sometimes to slow down and assess the pros and the cons before you go into a business. This way it will save you from damaging a lot of relationships and also save your pocket so that you can learn and invest wiser.
Welcome back. Definitely you can see where the excitement to invest in different ventures can take you. Tilda, what do you learn from Carol's story?
Now, you find that most of these investment ventures look so attractive. It looks too good, and sometimes it's too good to be true. But in most cases, we are looking at the return. We're so excited to gain something out of any given investment, and today we need to decipher and understand whether Forex trading is indeed so risky or manageably risky for all of us to invest in. So in the situation that Carol went through, it comes back to us as investors, as someone out there who is interested in dealing in this kind of investment. We need to really think through. We need to really be thorough. Have you understood the kind of business that you want to venture into? Have you understood the dynamics, the underlying dynamics that come into that playing field? And in this case, the Forex trading playing field. In most cases, especially with Forex trading, we just trust the numbers. And the numbers that we trust are numbers shared with us by people who we think know this business better, understand this business better. But in most cases, we need to be a little bit wiser, a little bit more careful before you put your money into something of the sort.
And you have such a deal, you're too excited, you're on top of the hill, you're going to triple your income. Think.
When you talk about tripling your income, what you had Carol saying, she was thinking about doubling her income just in 1 month. Think about that. If it seems to be good, definitely it's not true. There are some of the checkpoints that you need to look at before you invest in any of online business. One, who regulates that kind of business?
I wonder, who regulates Forex trading?
Who runs that kind of company?
It's out there. Anyone and everyone who believes it can work for them can venture into it.
Definitely, we have the Financial Intelligence Authority, which is in charge of supervising all the companies that deal in financial transactions. And before you invest in any kind of business, one, people have invested a lot of money in cryptocurrencies, Forex trading, and many other online companies. But one, you need to know whether they have their physical addresses, whether they are registered, for example, with URSB. People have lost money still in those businesses.
You know, a business can actually be registered,
yes,
and you still lose your money.
Yes.
So sometimes it's that vigilance that comes in any kind of investment.
And
think, do your research, be careful before you venture into something. You need to venture into something you have understood and you know will work out for you.
And secondly, you need to understand the kind of business you're investing in. And the biggest mistake that you will make is to get excited to even get your colleagues to get into the business that you yourself, you haven't understood. She made a mistake of even inviting family, friends, sister, mother, and then a friend.
Basically borrowing money from all these sources to put into a venture that you have actually not analyzed. You do not even understand how it works. So we need to be a little bit wiser as we venture into some of these options.
But one of the critical things you have to say, she went ahead and paid back the loans. Every time you get a loan, be in position to pay back. Keep at the back of your mind that whatever money you get, whether from a relative, a friend, a sister, a sibling, or a commercial bank, wherever, you have to pay back.
You always have to pay back.
It doesn't matter whatever happens to your money, whether you make profits, whether you've made a loss, have it in your mind that you have to pay back. Let's watch on these quotes and learn something from it. Before you invest in anything, invest in time to understand it. If you understand something that you're going to put your money in, then probably you have a less risk.
Due diligence is very much important. Understand who are these people I'm dealing with. Where do they sit? Where are their offices? What is the proof that they'll be there for 10 years or 5 years from now? How long have they been there? How many trading licenses do they have? How many certificates of registrations? When did they register their businesses? Most of the online trading companies haven't even lived for 1 year. So go ahead, do your research, find out, and do due diligence.
Let's continue being money wiser by checking out our social media platforms. Be Money Wiser on Facebook, Be Money Wiser on YouTube, and again, make sure you subscribe, like, and comment. Share with us your experience with money, and we'll be able to share it in our next episode.